Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. My name is Ginger Pierce. If you are new around here, I am a travel professional with Marvelous Mouse Travels, and I specialize in Disney destinations, Universal parks, as well as Royal Caribbean cruises. I'm really excited to be here tonight for tonight's coffee chat. Typically, I have done these kind of towards the early part of the day. That's traditionally when, coffee chats happen. But I figured, a lot of people like you are probably a lot like me in that you have jobs and you probably have kids home from the summers, and you may not necessarily have time before the evening to really sit down with a leisurely cup of coffee and talk about vacations. And so we're doing a kind of evening edition of Coffee Chat. But I'm really excited about this particular episode because I'm going to answer a really common question that I have been getting lately, which is, how much ballpark should I kind of budget for a Disney vacation or for a Universal vacation? And I thought that the easiest way to answer that, because obviously pricing depends on a lot of different variables. It depends on everything from when you're traveling to how many people are traveling, what their ages are. And so I put together just some sample pricing for all sorts of different date ranges, special events versus not special events, holidays, just to give you kind of a good overview of how much things can cost. And I tried to also quote things at different resort levels. So everything from value resorts all the way up to deluxe, just so that you can kind of get a feel for the wide range of options that are out there to fit within different budgets. And so I'm excited to share that with you tonight. Even though I have this pricing pre-prepared, if you are interested in custom pricing or if you have questions, feel free to go ahead and drop those into the comments. And I would be happy to either get you a custom quote in a little bit or to answer your question live in the comments as well. And so let's kind of just jump right into it and let's look at the different answers to the question, what's the cost of traveling to Disney World or traveling to Universal Orlando? Now, I want to start off with a couple of disclaimers before I show you specific pricing. First of all, as always, pricing and availability are subject to change until your deposit is made. So just because this is what it costs right now, it doesn't mean that that's what it's going to cost a week from now or a month from now. It doesn't even mean that these options will be available an hour from now. So pricing and availability is constantly in flux, and it's obviously subject to change until there is a deposit put down on the package. Also, quotes that show child pricing are based on children ages 3 to 9. And the reason for that is that at both Disney World and Universal Orlando, any kid 10 or older is priced like an adult for tickets. And so all child pricing is ages 3 to 9. Luckily, kids under 3 are free, so you don't have to pay admission for them at all. And thirdly, all pricing is subject to the terms and conditions that are set forth by the vendor. So some of this pricing is going to be just standard seasonal pricing. Some of it is going to be promotional pricing, and there are specific terms and conditions that go along with all of those, as well as standard cancellation policies and stuff like that. So now that we have all the disclaimer stuff, let's jump into the specific pricing. So I'm going to start first with Walt Disney World. And the first package that I have put together is actually not that far from now. This is July 21st through 26th of this year. This is going to be a value package. This is not a package. This is two distinct bookings. One is a hotel only booking at All Star Sports, and the other is going to be a 4-park magic ticket. And the reason that I'm splitting it up, hotel and tickets separately, is that there is a really great ticket promotion that Disney has available for the summer. It's their 4-park magic ticket. It gives you admission once to each of Disney's 4 parks over 4 different days. So that's their 4-park magic ticket. And you can put that 4-park magic ticket into a vacation package, but you can't stack it with a hotel discount in a vacation package. And Disney also has some really great hotel discounts available for the summer. So if you want to take advantage of both, you got to book the room and you got to book the tickets separately. So that's how I've priced out this first option here. So for July 21st through 26th, 2 adults and 2 children could stay at Disney's All-Star Sports Resort in a standard 2-queen room at a summer promotional room rate starting at $826.30, and that includes the tax as well. Another great thing about Disney's on-site resort hotels is that they don't charge additional resort fees. They also don't charge for parking, and so that is a really nice perk as well. So if you wanted to also purchase that 4-park magic ticket that I talked about just a second ago for 2 adults and 2 kids, including tax, that would cost you $1691.22 for those July dates. So when you put the two together, the room and tickets total with tax, you're looking at $2517.52. And notice I've said starting at, and that's just because there are additional things that you can choose to add on. You might choose to, add the water park and sports option to those tickets. You might want to upgrade your room category. So starting at prices are just kind of the base level, the entry level as well. So as you can see, you can get a family of 4 to Disney World this summer for about $2,500, which I think a lot of people don't realize that that's possible. They think that a trip to Disney World has to be astronomically expensive, but you can spend 5 nights in a hotel, an on-site hotel. You can get 4-day tickets, and you can do that for a family of 4 for around $2,500 if you book it in such a way that you can take advantage of both the hotel discount and that great ticket discount together. And like I said, can't book that as a package, got to book it as 2 separate reservations, but it is possible to do that. So let's say that summer is maybe a little bit too soon for you. You want a little bit more time to plan. Let's say that you are looking at fall break instead. And so let's say that you're still a family of 4, 2 adults and 2 kids under 10, October 13th through the 18th. I would put you at my favorite value resort, which is Disney's Pop Century Resort. I love this one because it has really fun theming. It's themed after different decades and kind of the pop culture around each of those decades. But what I love so much about this particular property is that it has Disney Skyliner access. So you're going to get to take that Skyliner to Epcot and Hollywood Studios, which means you're only taking a bus to Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom and Disney Springs, which to me is a huge perk of this one. So you could stay at Disney's Pop Century Resort in a standard 2-queen room with 3-day base tickets starting at $3154.20, including tax. And let's say that you also are interested in tickets to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Let's say that the last night of your trip, you want to experience that special event with your family, including tax. The event tickets for that particular night would be $741.26. So when you put the package price together with that Halloween party ticket purchase, you're looking at a family of 4 here at about $38.95, so just under $3,900 for the week of fall break. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that Disney has not released any room discounts past like the end of September. So it is possible that Disney might release room promotions for October through December. And if so, that price might come down a little bit. And that's a really great thing that I offer to my clients. It's just part of my free planning services is that I monitor for discounts. So even if my client books at just the standard seasonal rate, if there's a promotion that comes along later that's going to save them money, I will apply that to their package to bring their bottom line down a little bit. They don't have to ask me or remind me. I know when those things are usually coming in advance. I got a list. I'm prepared. I go in and sometimes apply those discounts before my clients even know those discounts are an option. So that's just one of many free things that I offer to my clients who book with me. But let's say that maybe you are not a family of 4, but you still want to go to Disney World for fall break. Let's say that you're a family of 5. And so a standard room at a value resort is not going to work for you. You are going to need a moderate resort or a family suite or a deluxe resort. Basically, you need a room that sleeps 5 people. And so you can get one of those at Disney's Port Orleans Riverside Resort. You could stay in a Woods View 2-queen with a 5th sleeper, and you could get 4-day base tickets. And that would be around $1,000 a person. So just over $5,000 for that. And you can see there kind of the difference between a value resort and a moderate resort, but also keep in mind that we're moving from a family of 4 to now a family of 5. So that explains why we did see that price jump a little bit. But I happen to love Port Orleans Riverside. I think it's a beautiful resort. One of the great perks of this resort is that it offers boat service to Disney Springs. So you can ride an incredibly relaxing boat ride down the Sassagoula River to Disney Springs. And Disney Springs is free admission. Wonderful restaurants, great shopping, and awesome entertainment, including the brand new drone show that they just released this week. It's amazing. If you haven't heard about that, go on YouTube. There's several videos out there showing you the experience, but that's totally free. So when you stay at a resort like this, that's easy access to Disney Springs, you've got tons of free entertainment and shopping and stuff like that that you can do, and you're not paying admission or parking or anything to access that. So that's a huge perk of that particular property. But let's say that you want to go big. Let's say that you want to take the trip of a lifetime. And let's say that you want to take that trip over Christmas. This is going to be everybody's Christmas present. You want to stay at a deluxe resort. You want all of the package amenities that you can possibly get. So let's show you what that once in a lifetime dream trip would look like. So let's say that you are going to travel over Christmas. So you're going to go December 22nd through the 27th. You're a family of 4, 2 adults, 2 kids. You're going to stay at one of my favorite on-site properties, which is Disney's Yacht Club Resort in a Resort View 2 Queen. You're going to add on the Park Hopper add-on because, again, this is your once-in-a-lifetime trip. You want to make sure that you get everything out of it. So you're going to do a 4-day Park Hopper. You're going to add the Disney dining plan. That's going to give you a table service meal and a quick service meal and a snack for every person in your party for every night of your stay. Plus, you're going to get that awesome resort refillable mug. Beverages are going to be included as well. That's a great deal. And then you're also going to add the Memory Maker photo package, which is going to give you all of the digital downloads of all of the photos that are taken of you in the parks. So if you were to do that once in a lifetime, go big or go home trip, it's going to cost you just under $9,995 for that deluxe stay, all the bells and whistles over peak season. That's kind of what you would be looking at for something like that. So we can see a wide range of pricing at Walt Disney World, depending on where we stay, how many package amenities we have, what our party looks like, and especially those travel dates. In fact, that is a tip that I always give to people who are wanting to try to save money is, hey, are your travel dates flexible? Like, can you go at a time when maybe kids aren't out of school? Can you go over a time that doesn't coincide with a holiday? Because when you do that, the pricing is going to be a lot more manageable than if you're traveling the week over Christmas, and it's magical to go to Disney the week of Christmas. I've done it. I love it. I love Disney at Christmas time. But definitely it's not going to be where you're going to find your best bargain most of the time. So that is the pricing for Disney World. And now we are going to move over to Universal. And we're going to show you some Universal pricing and how this stacks up for different dates compared to Walt Disney World. So the first package that I've put together for Universal is July 14th through the 19th of this summer. This is a package for 2 adults and 2 kids at Universal's Cabana Bay Beach Resort. This is such a fun property because of its retro theming. But another thing that I love about this property is that it has fantastic pools, like some of the best pools at Universal. And it also has its own dedicated entrance into Universal's water park, Volcano Bay. And so that's why I have paired the standard 2-queen room at Cabana Bay with 3-park, 4-day park-to-park promotional tickets. Now, Universal has a fantastic promo that they are running right now. They have a couple of great promos, but this particular one is for stays at Cabana Bay Beach Resort or Aventura Hotel, which are Universal's 2 prime value properties. So they are on property. They're in the Volcano Bay area. They're going to get you free bus shuttles over to the parks. And so for this particular package for a family of 4, you're looking at $2,300, $2,310.07 to start with. And again, that's starting at, because at Universal parking is not free. So if you drive, you are going to have to pay to park at the hotel. And there's obviously different add-ons that you could add to your package if you wanted to, but this is kind of lead-in pricing for Universal. But for a family of 4, over summer vacation to stay on property and to have this many days of park tickets and get to experience all three Universal parks for about $2,300 is pretty fantastic. So I really do love that promotion that they're running for Cabana Bay and Aventura, because I think that both of these are fantastic properties. I've stayed at every on-site hotel at Universal as of right now. Obviously, I haven't stayed in the ones that they're about to open to coincide with Epic Universe, but I will stay at all three of those, and I'm very excited about that. But let's say again, maybe summer is a little too soon for you to plan a trip. You're looking maybe at fall break instead. So let's look at what a premier package at Universal looks like. So Universal's hotels are divided up into 4 categories. You've got the value hotels, which are going to be the Endless Summers. You've got the prime value hotels, which are going to be Cabana Bay and Aventura. You've got 1 preferred hotel, which is Sapphire Falls. And then you've got 3 premier properties, which are Hard Rock, Royal Pacific, and Portofino Bay. So this particular package is at Portofino Bay, which happens to be my favorite of the 3 premier properties. What I love about the premier resorts is that they include the unlimited express pass in the cost of your hotel stay. That unlimited express pass is a game changer for Universal because it drastically cuts down on the amount of time you spend waiting on lines. So if you think about the fact that time is money, particularly when you're on a theme park vacation, you want to try to experience as much as you can. This gives you some of that time back. And I love that. And typically, Express Pass is a better value when it's included with the hotel versus when it's purchased as a ticket add-on. So for this package, I've also included a promotional ticket. This is Universal's brand new promo ticket. It's their 5-day park-to-park promo ticket. You're actually paying the price of 3-day tickets, but you're getting 5 days of admission. So you're essentially getting 2 days free, which is awesome. So I've shown the 2-park version of that, the park-to-park version, because I personally don't like to do Universal without a park-to-park ticket. Those 2 parks are so easy to walk between. And there's some experiences like the Hogwarts Express that you can't experience if you just have a base ticket. So I always recommend park-to-park tickets for Universal. But this would start at just over $5,000, about 51 or just under 5,100. Again, that's starting out price because at Universal you do have to pay for parking, and there's a couple of upgrades that you could choose to do if you wanted to. But this is an absolutely beautiful premier property. It is themed after, quaint fishing villages in Italy. You really do feel like you are walking through, Europe when you're there. It's really, really beautiful. And I love this property. And it's about maybe a 10 to 12 minute walk to the parks, or you can take a water taxi and be there a whole lot faster if you want to. So that's what a premier package would look like. But let's say that you want to travel over Thanksgiving. And let's say that you are a party of 6. So far, I've only shown pricing for families of 4 and families of 5. But let's say you're a family of 6, okay? And so you need a larger space. Check out this pricing. I'm so excited about this one. So this is based on November 27th through December 2nd of 2024. This pricing is based on 2 adults and 4 children. This is at Universal's Endless Summer Surfside Resort, which is such a fun property. This is one of their value hotels. It is going to give you complimentary shuttles, just like all of the hotels will. This particular shuttle will be a bus, but it has very fun, kind of laid back, beachy theming. I really do enjoy this property quite a lot. And paired with that promotional ticket that we just talked about, a 2-bedroom suite at Endless Summer Surfside, which these suites are fantastic. You have 2 queen beds in kind of the common space. There's a kitchenette in there. There's a dining table, like a picnic table style dining table. There's 1 bathroom, and then there's a separate bedroom with a door, sleeping space for the parents to give you a little bit of separation and a little bit of privacy. So even though we're a family of 4, I still really like to stay in these suites because it just gives us a little bit more space. And so that suite with those 5-day tickets over a holiday weekend is coming in just under $3,500, which is fantastic, particularly for holiday pricing, because it is not cheap to travel over holidays typically. So for you to get a party of 6 in a 2-bedroom suite with 5 days of tickets over Thanksgiving for just under $3,500 is stellar. That is a killer deal. And it does not come around very often. And so, this just gives you a little bit of a ballpark idea of how much things can cost. You can tell there's a lot of variety. I mean, we looked at Disney packages ranging anywhere from $2,500 all the way up to $10,000. Depending on your travel dates and how many people in your party, you can go under that level. You can also go way over that level at Disney. And the same thing is true with Universal. We looked at things, all the way from 2,300 up to 5,000 for these examples, but I've seen Universal suites and everything go, quite a bit higher as well. So it's not simple to just say, this is how much it costs to go to Disney World. This is how much it costs to go to Universal. There are a lot of factors in play. And if you know kind of when to look and what to look for, you can get a good value to travel to these locations. And so hopefully that is helpful information if you are kind of in the beginning stages of planning your trip and you just want a ballpark idea. Depending on when you travel, you kind of hopefully have a better idea of what you need to kind of have as your target budget in mind. And typically from year to year, we do see an incremental price adjustment. So prices do tend to go up a little bit year to year. With Universal, just like with Disney, if a new promotion comes along after you have booked and it applies to your package, I can go in and adjust that for you. That's part of my free planning services that I do for all of my clients. So keep that in mind as well. If you are starting this process of thinking about taking a theme park vacation, work with a travel advisor. It's free. It doesn't cost you any extra money to work with us. You're going to pay the same amount whether you book on Disney or Universal's website or you book through us. But when you book through us, you are going to get personalized assistance. You're going to get someone to price out all these options for you, someone, who's hopefully stayed at every hotel like I have, and can kind of give you some examples and some firsthand experience of what each of these properties are like and what their pros and cons are. So if you're interested in custom quotes, be sure to visit GingerMMT.com. Right down here, that's my blog. And in the upper left-hand corner of my blog, you'll see a little button that says get a free quote. And you can click on that and I will get back to you on the next business day with that quote. But thank you all so much for joining me for this coffee chat, this evening edition of Coffee Chat. And I hope that you all have a fantastic evening. Thank you for spending part of it with me. And I'll see you guys again real soon.